back here at the OVMS show in Ohio. It's their November show, and we got pretty good weather here. The show's well attended, and let's go in and see what's in there. Come on. Oh, we stopped at a table here, and it's got a very interesting item. It's a piece of stained glass with SS runic symbols within a circle. It comes from a veteran directly. The frame has been made to accommodate the piece, and there's a piece of white plastic behind it so that the stained glass sticks out and shows. The glass comes with an original tag that was written by the veteran that owned it, and as you can see, it was taken from a barracks in Wittenberg, Bavaria, brought back by Colonel William Berg, U.S. Army, 1945. So it's absolutely an original item, and boy, this would really look great in a collection with a light behind it. Or here comes the owner of this piece now. Hey, Frank.
Yes, sir.
Come over here a minute. Frank is going to come over and explain some of this to us. We're looking at this piece of stained glass, Frank. What's your last name?
Perenni.
Perenni, I know that. I knew that. Know you for 40 years. I know. Just talk real loud and that's it. Tell us where you got this.
Came out of a house near Allentown, Pennsylvania.
And how'd you happen to go to this house?
I had a call from a woman asking me if I bought antiques and whatever. Yes, ma'am, I do. I came over.
You said, yeah, I buy whatever.
I'll buy anything.
And what happened? Where did she have this thing?
Down in their club basement, hanging on a wall.
Hanging on a wall in the basement.
Wow. Homemade frame.
Yeah.
Which the remnants are there.
Yeah.
I had this reframed. I've had this about 5 or 6 years.
Oh, it's a great thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. It's amazing. You'll never know what you find, right? You go into these houses and yeah. Well, that's a great item. I keep thinking about buying it myself, but you know what the problem is? Then I'll keep it, and then there's more money. That's a great thing. Thanks for sharing this. Well, we stopped by a table here. What's the name of the man that owns this?
John Van Tyne.
John Van Tyne.
Oh, John Vasti.
Yeah, we know. There's some really good things here. This is an interesting item, a Fallschirmjäger ashtray. You gotta have that. And a nice pole top. Hitler Youth side cap. Some really good flags and insignia here. So you come to this OVMS show, and it doesn't really matter what field in German Militaria that you specialize in, you'll still find all kinds of different items. John also has a good selection of belts and buckles, as well as lots of nice daggers and bayonets. And then a little further down, he has a lot of Riker mounts of terrific medals. You see a lot of U.S., a lot of nice German Iron Crosses, all kinds of political badges. It's really a great display. See how he's got it all set where it swings around? You can look at everything. There, if you ever needed a party badge, here they are. Great display. Come across a really nice display of Japanese samurai swords. And you can see there's a flag that's highlighting it. And what the Japanese used to do before they came to war, they'd have family members sign the flag for good luck. And that's what these signatures all represent. And then with the flag is a beautiful samurai. Is this your stuff? Tell us about this samurai. It really looks like a nice item. Talk loud.
It's a very nice example of a World War II Army officer's sword. He had to buy his sword or purchase it in any way. This was purchased out of a sword shop. So the sword was made in the 1600s.
The blade.
The blade is 300 years old.
Wow.
And he would take it to the arsenal, and then they would mount it in World War II proper mountings.
I see.
And this is that example.
Where would he come across a blade 300 years old? Was it in his family, maybe? Or?
Possibly family or a sword shop, because to them, that period of time is called Shinto. Shin means new, to means sword, so it's the Shinto period. It's the new sword period.
Shinto.
So to us, that is a long time ago and would be old. In that culture, that is a newer sword.
300 years is nothing.
Yes. 500 years old is the Koto period, the old period.
What's it called? Koto?
Koto. Ko means old, to means sword. So a sword would be considered old if it's at 500 years old. This is the newer example. It's only 300.
You would know the age of it and who made it by looking at the tang, is that correct?
You would look at the style of the blade and the tempering and the kind of steel. The tang would confirm that it is, yes, that period of time. The rust,
You can kind of tell from the outside even, because you got the eye for it,
well,
you've been doing it a long time.
Long time. You've looked at
What's your name, sir?
Martin Zalonis.
Martin Zalonis.
Yes.
Thank you for talking.
You're more than welcome. I do a very nice military show, not too distant in Japan, called the Mac Show.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Have you?
How do you do there? Any good?
I do very well there. People bring nice things in, and people who appreciate nice things come to the table because they know they can find it at that show. It has a very good reputation, and I am from Pennsylvania, and the show is a very good one.
So there's Japanese swords at the Mac.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You have some other items here. I know there's no grip on this one, so why is it? And there's a wood scabbard. What is that all about?
Early in the war, they had a lot of steel and metals available. Later in the war, they had not so many steel resources, so they would make scabbards out of wood and cover them in leather to give them the military appearance. The leather is gone, but this particular sword has an inscription on which is the sword maker's name, and then on the other side of the tang is an inscription that is the date. This particular sword was made in the 1500s. The date is like 1550 in that range. And it was also an officer's sword.
So a 500-year-old blade, and isn't it sort of a shame that it was put into wood mounts, or that was? I know it was a matter of expediency, but it just seems like.
Well, it seems to be a contrast.
It's no insult, is it?
No, absolutely not. In fact, the wooden scabbard is how they would have mounted it 500 years ago, because the wood will protect the sword from getting damaged in terms of moisture or abrasion.
More than metal would.
More than metal.
Oh, that's
Although you have to know that these have a wood liner, so the steel doesn't touch the sword, the wood does.
Oh, they have wood.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is a traditional style mount. It just doesn't have the lacquer and the decoration, but it's still a proper mount.
How long have you been collecting Japanese swords?
Oh, about 30 years.
And how did you get into it? I mean, this is kind of something you don't just jump in. It's very difficult hobby.
I was interested in early firearms. My uncle got me interested, and I found these available at the shows, asked a lot of questions.
And it intrigued you, I guess.
Yes, and then bought one. I only wanted one, and that would satisfy me.
I've heard this before.
And it has continued to grow some. I like the mystery aspect and the metallurgy. It's quite amazing that they were able to develop this technology in their early times by empirical efforts as opposed to high technology from books.
Yeah.
It was all empirical.
When you say empirical, you're talking about hit and miss? And,
well, yes, experimentation and application and things of that nature. Sure.
Wow. Very, very interesting. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you at next year's match. We stopped by a table here from an old friend of mine, Dave Colt. How you doing, Dave?
Tom, good to see you.
Yes,
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Oh, good. You know, Dave has a reputation for absolute highest quality, or he doesn't buy it. You're a pretty fussy guy, aren't you?
Yes, I am, Tom. Yep. I found condition cells. Just like real estate, location, location, location. With the artifacts, condition, condition, condition.
Now listen to that, collectors, because that is really true. It really doesn't matter what you pay for something within reason. I mean,
Right.
if it's in great condition, because you'll always do well.
Right. You'll get a good return on your money.
And it's not just inflation.
No, it's not. No.
It's, I've seen people, they'll pay $500, even $1,000 more than what you would for, say, an excellent plus piece when it's new.
Right.
And in the end, it really pays off. Dave's got some good stuff here. There's a beautiful, this is what, an M42?
M42
Luftwaffe.
decal Luftwaffe.
It looks like somebody touched up the decal a little bit, or what is that?
I'm thinking probably a child touched it up with model paint.
Aha, that may be
Yeah.
the case.
Because you know, these were worn by the children. My
That's-
generation, we used to play with my father's horse dealers.
That's, you know, you're right. That's
Yeah.
probably exactly what happened
Yeah.
there. What's this flag here? This is kind of interesting, Dave.
Okay. This is an early campaign flag for the Nazi Party. It shows an early picture of Hitler.
Yeah,
You
with
can
this.
tell he's young. He's not.
Oh yeah,
not-
yeah. It looks like a 20s picture.
Yep, exactly. And this, I believe, it was made maybe by a Christ-lighter's wife or someone devoted to the party, and it hung up probably in a building where
It
they
looks
had
like
local meetings.
it's almost a sash, like this.
Yeah.
You know, it may have gone as like a table apron, even something
Possibly,
like
yeah.
that.
Yep.
But it's really well done.
Yep. Pretty unique artifact.
It is unique.
Yep.
Did you light it up?
I never tried it with the light.
I'm sure it
I didn't
doesn't
have
glow.
to. You can tell.
You can see it.
Yeah, it's not something that was made recently.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's really a neat thing.
Yep.
What do you think something like that ought to be worth, Dave?
I'm guessing 15, 2,000.
Yeah, that much?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I've seen the single panels.
Yeah, and those are pretty
300.
rare too.
They are.
Yeah.
They're scarce.
That's a very interesting item. Let's look a little further over here. Dave has some nice daggers and bayonets, and
Yep.
a Jap bayonet there on the left.
Yep. That's a late war issue. Has the wooden scabbard. You know, the earlier ones had a metal scabbard.
Ah, so they were running out of supplies, so they
they're-
made them out of wood.
Yep.
Let's take a look at that.
Sure.
Take it out if you would, and it's something we don't see too often. See how that's made? Two halves of wood put together, and then it's got metal strengthening.
Bamboo.
Is that what it is?
That's what it
Bamboo?
is,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the blade's kind of crude also, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
Last
these
ditch
are what,
item.
1944 or something?
44, 45. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their weapons were the same level of. They were crude too.
Well,
They just
yeah.
machined them quickly, get them out the front.
Yeah, the Japanese rifles never brought what the German ones do, right? Is it
never
because
did.
of the quality?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's a nice piece, though. It's still,
thank
it is what it is, right? So
World War II artifact.
that's right.
You know?
How long you been collecting, Dave?
Oh, I'd say about 33 years. Yeah. My father was a World War II vet,
Was he? Yeah.
and from my earliest memory, maybe 8, 10 years old, he had an SA bag. When I used to look at this, I was fascinated with it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a really neat thing.
Yeah.
Never knew what it was. I went to a show with a co-worker. I bought a Johnson book, stimulated my interest more. Now I knew what the dagger was. Now I knew there were more items available. It's been
then
a
you were
lifelong
caught.
pursuit, just like yourself.
Well, I'll tell you though, it's been fun though, right? I mean,
It has been.
if you
I bet.
think about it, it was a great thing to enjoy,
It still is.
make a few bucks,
Yeah.
and it's still exciting, isn't
It is, very much so.
Do you still like to see a nice army dagger, even though
Sure.
you've had hundreds of them?
The condition.
Condition, yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if it's an army, a bayonet, or a rare SS dagger, or a Tito meter.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
You're the kind of man we like to hear, you know?
Oh,
You've got
thanks.
the spirit for it.
Yeah.
It's a great hobby.
Yep. I'm always trying to get newer, younger people into it.
We'll see you.
Thanks, Tom.
Appreciate you talking to us.
Yep, no problem.